today I will be summarizing the story of Joseph and the Pharaoh's dream. Does anybody know that story? Anybody?
Indeed.
You know that story? You know that story? Okay, cool. So I chose the story because recently I learned it. I never heard about it, but I think it was before Sunday last week. I watched it and I was like, yeah, okay, I could teach this in church, let everybody know. And so coincidentally, last week, I think it was Tuesday, Mommy turned on the Bible in the car, and guess which story come on? This same story come on. So I was like, yeah, definitely gotta fix this one. Okay, so this story is taken from Genesis chapter 37. If everybody was just turn to Genesis chapter 37 real quick. The actual story is Genesis chapter 37 to chapter 50, but I'll summarize it so we don't have to read until chapter 50. So, Joseph was the second youngest child of Jacob. And in chapter 37 it says, "And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. There are the generations of Jacob, Joseph, being 17 years old." So now he's 17 years old. And he has, I think it's 12 other brothers. 12, yeah. I think it's 12 other brothers. And he's the second youngest. Now Israel loved Joseph. Israel is Jacob's, what's that? His name chosen by God. That's Jacob the father. Jacob. That's Jacob's godly name. Let's just put it like that. And when he was brethren saw their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him. So all the 12, well, not all, not the youngest, so all 11 brothers hated Joseph because his father, Jacob/Israel, loved him. Well, I didn't think it was more of a love him situation, but more of a, you just get child. So it's like, let me show love to you, all the other brothers, they already grew up on the love on him, so it's like, not let him get love, but he's the youngest, so yeah, it's supposed to he is his time to shine, yeah. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and the Lord my sheaf arose, and also stood upright, and behold, your sheep stood around about, and made obedience to my sheaf. And his brethren said unto him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us, and thou indeed have domination over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. So Joseph would get these visions, that he would be the most popular, and his brothers and everybody else in Canaan would bow down to him. And when he told his brothers that story, his brothers hated him even more. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told his brethren, and said, Behold, I have a dream, and dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars stars made obeisance to him. If anybody would just, what's the definition of obeisance? Okay, cool. Thank you. And he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth? So that happened. From there, I'll just go to the part where, okay, so he tell his brothers about the dream, he tell his father, and he been having dreams like that for forever until he like born. And then since his brothers hated him, his father loved him, his father got him a gift, a jacket, a cloak, like a robe, long, and it was colorful. So he wanted to not show off, but like show his brothers that he got this robe from his father. And he went to them and he showed them, and they hated him even more. Because you gain all this, and we over here got to walk, and like this is how I feel with you. This is exactly how I feel with you. It's like, oh, so me and God, I gotta wash up the dishes, but you can't do it. Oh no, okay, cool. So the oldest brother's doing all the work outside, herding sheep, doing all this work, but he's the youngest, so he don't have to do that as yet. When he get older, he's supposed to do it. That's a tradition, right? So he got the colorful robe, he showed his brothers, and his brothers hated him even more. So one of his brothers, I think it was, Reuben, he didn't really hate his brother. He heard the other brothers told Judah and, is it Judah and Tamar? So the other brothers planned to kill him. But Reuben, one of his older brothers, he was like, no, let's not kill him. Let's not shed his blood. Let's not, touch him, just. So after they said, let's kill him, Reuben said no. And instead of killing him, they threw him into a pit with nothing in there. And they take his robe, his colorful robe, and they put wine on it to make it look like blood. So he was go back to him. So when they go back to their father and show him the robe, they would say, a beast, kill him. But they didn't kill him. They sold him to, They sold him to, was it the Israelites? Oh yeah, they sold him to the Israelites. Thank you. And after they sold him for 20 pieces of silver, mind you. Imagine selling your brother for 20 pieces of silver. Like, what? That was a lot back then or something? Yeah. How much that? That was like millions of. Like, oh! Oh, okay. But they living like could buy 3 holes long, like 20 pieces of silver, dog? For my brother? But anyways, so after they sell him, he ended up going to prison. In chapter 41, we're still in Genesis. In chapter 41, they will tell you how he went to prison for about, so he was 17, and when he became Pharaoh's right-hand man, but not in the Bible, but he went for prison for 13 years. Imagine. But after he went to prison for 13 years, his brothers already told his father that he got beaten down by a beast, and they showed him the red robe. I mean, it's believable because they had evidence of the robe and the red stuff on it to make it look like blood. Imagine selling your prophet on yourself. What? Okay, and then after that, Joseph would still get dreams, same dreams that everybody would bow down to him. And Pharaoh had a dream, and Pharaoh said, "Tell me what this dream mean, because he's a godly man, so he wanted somebody to tell him what the dream meant." Pharaoh dreamed. He dreamed of like old versus the new. It was like
Seven fat cows
mm-hmm.
came out of the river, and then seven skinny cows came out of the river and ate the seven fat cows.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was seven fields of wheat.
Yeah, that's what Pharaoh dreamed, and he asked Joseph to interpret it. Thank you.
So you can't sell your brother?
One exchange.
2 more minutes.
But anyways, after that, let me talk. So after that, Joseph tell him what the dream meant, and after he tell Pharaoh what the dream meant, Pharaoh made him, because it came through, because what all he said before, all the times he was in prison, they was letting him interpret the dreams for him. After all of that came through, Pharaoh was like, "Oh wow, his God is awesome. He got a nice God. We gotta keep him." So Pharaoh made him his right hand man. He's second to Pharaoh in Egypt. So the Egyptian has to do whatever he want, like whatever he says. So it's like he was the queen, but like not. No. Like, you know how we got a king and a queen, and if the king ain't said that, but the queen said that, you have to do what the queen said.
He's like the royal advisor.
He was the hand of the king.
Yeah, the hand of the king. Yeah. That's it. That he was the hand of the king, and after that,
So when he was giving out wheat to the other city, and the brothers came to get wheat, and he asked them if they have my father.
Come up here.
Somebody told me all the time.
So after he made him his hand of the king, hand of him,
For 7 years.
Adro came for 7 years. I didn't see that. But Adro came for 7 years, and but anyways, right? So
So the dream was coming, so the vision was there.
yeah.
Was coming to pass.
Yeah. So whatever he interpreted was coming true. And then the brothers come back into his life. But mind you, they sent him away for 13 years, so they didn't know it was him. They come, and this is where you have to buy like food and stuff. They come from Canaan to Egypt to buy their wheat. And
One of the reasons why they didn't recognize him was Egyptian men who wore makeup. They made their face look gold.
he was bald.
Yes, and he had to remove all his hair.
Okay.
He also
Israelites don't do that. They keep their hair, they don't even cut their hair, they let their hair grow. But they didn't recognize his brother because they loved his makeup. Makeup was not designed for women, it was really designed for men. Cleopatra was the first woman to wear makeup.
So where are you?
And then, so his dream came true. all his dreams from the first part in chapter 37 came through. His brothers came back and actually bowed down to him. And the lesson from this, I would say, is believe in God. Have faith in God all the time. Whatever you see in your dreams, like if you know that it's a vision from God, if you know it's God talking to you, do it. Do it. Have faith in God. Believe in Him. Because everything that He says is going to come true. Amen.